Hi Aries, welcome to your November 2023 reading. If you'd like to book a personal reading, please see the description box below the video. So you can either book by email or you can check out the new Etsy shop that I have. There are discounts on the Etsy shop, and that is actually the easiest way to book a personal reading if you want to get your own individual specific message. You can also like, share or comment on the video if you want to, and you can also subscribe to the channel as well. The books you can see here in front of you are from the decks that I'm going to be using in today's reading. So with the Myths and Mermaids deck, I actually really wanted to use this deck for last week's weekly check-in, which is available to watch if you want to see that as well. I wanted to use it, but it didn't feel like the right time. And I thought, okay, I'm going to save it for the November monthlies. And then it did click with me in that second that actually this is an Oracle of the Water deck. And November is Scorpio season. Scorpio's a water sign, so that makes sense. Scorpio's also known for being a deep sign. It's about death, rebirth, mysteries, uncovering what's hidden. So that's why I've picked the Heal Yourself deck. And then the Angels and Ancestors deck. I mean, tarot is spiritual anyway. But this felt like a particularly sort of spiritual type deck that would fit nicely with these. So let's get into your reading. So we're going to start off with a Heal Yourself Oracle card to see what your main theme or focal point is for November 2023. So what is it that Aries needs to pay attention to? That was really quick. I'm not going to take that. You've got home, but that like fell out. It didn't even flip or anything. It just literally fell out of the deck. What is it that Aries needs to pay attention to in particular? Okay, I swear every reading I do so far this month, they're all hitting the fire. So there's something about Scorpio season. Do I want to take those? I'm just going to try it one more time and then I will relight the candle as well. What does Aries need to know? What does Aries need to know? Anything at all? What does Aries need to know for November? Nothing at all, apparently. There we go. We have Wild 15. This is actually my favourite card. One of my favourite cards in the deck. Okay, just bear with me 1 second, Aries. Okay, next I'm going to get you a Angels and Ancestors card as well as your main theme also. So what else is it that Aries needs to know for November 2023? Right, okay, you have Hunter. Track down your fears and desires, and that actually goes quite nicely with that Wild card. It does feel, this feels like, very much feels like an Aries type energy as well, that Hunter card. And I think, are those like ram's antlers, which is Aries, isn't it? You also have Broken Arrow, embrace the energy of peace. So I'm not going to read the Hunter card because it's pretty self-explanatory. I am going to have a look at this Wild card. And I will decide after that if I'm going to look at the Broken Arrow card. So the Wild card, it says, there is a wild, untamed spirit inside of you, desperate to be unleashed. Free it and claim the gifts of energy, power, passion, and creativity it offers you. Through suppressing your wild, succulent, outrageous, and untamed self, you dull your senses and crush your creativity. You shrink, lose your energy, and become depressed. Your relationships suffer and your rage grows. You become ashamed, hostile, cold, boring, over-serious and scared. You stop taking chances and live in mediocrity, constantly trying to protect yourself. The truth is that no one can judge you, punish you or hurt you as much as you can. Give in to your wildness and stop living a sham. This part of you is sensual, provocative, truthful, courageous, bold, passionate and alive. Set it free. Okay, so let's also have a look at that Broken Arrow card. I probably won't read the whole message, but let's see what the main thing is that we need to know. So the main message says, let go of the need to defend yourself and prepare to offer peace. You are safe. So I'll read the extended part of the message. It says, if you have been exposed to a situation in which you have felt the need to protect yourself or defend what you feel is right, know that this is now coming to an end. With the arrival of the Broken Arrow card, you are being guided to know that the energies of light are entering to wash away all the darkness. You can drop your shields and protection. You are now in a situation that will honor you and honor your needs. Arguments are ending and disagreements are being resolved. Prepare to talk things through and offer the peace that you would like to enjoy. In order to move forward in a more fearless way, it's important for you to let go of the idea that you can be hurt by this situation or the people involved, because this will only work against you. Know that your angelic guides and ancestors are standing around you, protecting you and taking you lovingly forward. So, Aries, is there anything in your life in particular at present where you are feeling like you're being held back, is what I'm getting? Is there a person or people or a situation that's making you feel like you are being held back, that you're needing to defend something? Could be yourself in general. As it mentioned arguments. It could be that you have a particular idea, or it could just be about who you are and what you're doing, that you're feeling like people don't get you. They don't get where you're coming from, and you're constantly having to defend it or stand up for it. And it's like it's just getting you down. Let's have a look at your tarot card. So let's get your theme from the tarot as well. So main theme and focal point for Aries from the tarot deck, please. We have the Two of Wands. I'm going to try that again. That didn't feel right. Didn't feel right. I mean, that is about choices, and there could be interference in terms of the choices that you're making, but it literally didn't feel right. So let's try again. No. Sorry, Aries, but if it doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel right. And that one literally just fell off the bottom of the deck. So, right, Empress. Okay. So that's the main focal point. So that would be like a creative type of energy, wouldn't it? Let's see what else comes out, and then I'll clarify, and that will make it clearer. So let's look at your energy specifically. How are you dealing with things? How are you handling things? Right, we've got Three of Swords there, and one fell on my lap, and I'll get that for you as well. Six of Pentacles, and well, I've picked it up and it's in reverse, so I think that feels right. And we've got Three of Swords, so that could be lack of support. Again, as I was saying, you could have ideas or something, or a way of life or something in particular where you feel like people are against you. Let's see what the external energy is here. Is there a person, a thing, an energy external to you that's affecting things? Okay. Why am I not surprised that that came up? That is exactly the kind of thing I was talking about. It's conflict, isn't it? Challenges. It can be people going against you. Sometimes if this is a work situation, it's like hierarchies and just employees like in competition with each other, stuff like that. That is, yeah, I don't think I could have picked a more perfect card for what I've been talking about to come out than that one. And as you saw, I shuffled it. I didn't take it out. It came out by itself. Right, so any past energies around this? We've got the Fool. The word naivety is coming to mind straight away with that. And I guess people wouldn't really see Aries as naive. And it doesn't mean you are naive, but sometimes in certain situations we can be overly optimistic, can't we, about things. Let's get any current. Okay, yeah, we'll take that one. Current energies, Eight of Pentacles. So as I was saying, you might be trying to create something or build something or work on something that people don't. They don't get it, they don't agree with it, they don't support it. They might be criticizing it even. Let's get potential future energies. That's far too many, so I'm not going to take that. Potential future energies for Aries, please. Yes, Four of Wands. I mean, that you've got two cards here of building. Building something solid. The Four of Wands is where you have a foundation and you build up on it, and then the Eight of Pentacles is where you put in the effort and energy into something. You are working on something. And let's get your guidance as well. We have the Sun. Wow, I thought that was going to come up in reverse actually. Okay, let's clarify. So we're going to start off with the Empress card, which is the main focal point. And I mean, I would say that is a desire to create something new potentially, or it's a challenge that you need to step into that energy to overcome the challenges. Why is the Empress card there, please? So we've got the Ace of Cups, which it can be about something that you love. It can be new love. It can be honoring yourself. To be honest, with the Empress, the Empress for me sometimes feels like self-love. And then with the Ace of Cups, it's just a way of honoring yourself and honoring what you're doing. So say if you are doing something that anyone disagrees with, or trying to build or create something that other people don't understand and disagree with, it's a need to honor yourself and go ahead with whatever you're doing. This Hunter card, I don't know what I was going to say about that actually, but the energy of it fits within what's come up so far about not letting, I suppose the fear, it wouldn't even necessarily be that you may not even fear anything that other people have to say about what you're doing, or any opposition that you might experience, but it's sort of just being able to overcome that and not let that get you down, in order to just pursue your desires, really. Okay, let's continue with the Empress card. So we've got the Five of Cups there. We've got the World, and we also have the King of Wands and the Page of Swords. Okay. With this King of Swords here, this kind of feels like where your spark is being put out a little bit, or where you need to regain that spark. So again, I would say the Ace of Cups coming up for the Empress, first of all, it's about honoring yourself. That Five of Cups, it feels like where other people have hurt you, or tried to hurt you, or just make you feel like shit for whatever it is you're trying to achieve, whatever you're trying to do. It's like they're trying to, how would I describe it? Derail your progress or something, or stunt your progress. I don't know if that actually makes sense. But the World for me feels like the progress. It's where you transform, you create, you bring something to life even, but it's like your spark is being put out a bit, as I say. Page of Swords, it feels like uncertainty, but I'm going to just sub-clarify that one. Why is the Page of Swords there, please? Okay. Three of Swords, again, that is uncertainty. It's where people might have put doubts in your mind, or tried to hurt you with things that you're trying to achieve, what you're trying to do. It can even be, this reading, it can even be in terms of, if you have people that are trying to knock your self-esteem, and that can happen in many different ways. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles, this is, there's something here where your self-worth, or the value of what you are doing, there's uncertainty here now. That might be where the fear aspect comes in. If other people have tried to put things down, it's created a little bit of, this is Deja Vu. Was your last reading called Uncertainty, and it took me about 50 attempts to get the cards out because it just felt like there was uncertain energy around it. Okay. Let's get one more for that Page of Swords. That would be fear and uncertainty. The Moon, it's what's hidden, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to leave this here. So as I say, with this Empress energy, it's a need. It feels like a need to honor yourself and whatever it is you are trying to birth, create, the progress you're trying to make. But because something is here that is trying to knock you, trying to knock your self-worth, trying to knock the thing that you find valuable that you're doing. So let's look at your energy specifically. And it was the Three of Swords and Six of Pentacles. And I said it feels like it's where people are not, where you're not being supported. Six of Pentacles is a card of generosity, and it's in reverse. So generosity is being withheld. And then Three of Swords, it's being hurt, isn't it? So that may be hurting you. A lack of support may be hurting you. It can be as simple as, say, if your family don't support your career path, or they don't support, say if you were going to university and you were going to study something in particular and your family are completely against it, they just think it's complete bullshit, but it's what you absolutely adore and you want to pursue it. Maybe you're in a relationship and you've introduced a new partner to your family and they absolutely hate them. It could be your lifestyle. Maybe you've recently come out of the closet, and that could be and I've said this before now, coming out of the closet, it can be in terms of being gay, it can be in terms of the spiritual closet, like maybe you are a Wiccan or a witch or something like that, or you've chosen a new religion, you've decided to pursue a different religion and you're just unsupported with that by friends, family, partner, society in general, your culture. Right, so let's look at that anyway. Could just be, I don't know, I've got the deck. Okay, it's because I haven't put my sub-clarifiers back in. I've literally lost track of what I was going to say now because I got distracted then. Oh yeah, as I was going to say, it could even just be like a creative project where maybe it's a community project and the community just feels like it's absolutely ridiculous or they don't want any part of it. So yeah, you feel unsupported. Right, so let's do the 3 of Swords and 6 of Pentacles. So 10 of Swords, okay. That literally, I mean, okay, put the star here. So with the 10 of Swords, it's often where something's ended. It can be backstabbing as well. So are you feeling like you've been stabbed in the back? I mean, with everything I was saying, it wouldn't surprise me if there was an energy where you feel like you've been stabbed in the back by people that you thought you could trust and that would always support you. And it looks like with the star there, there's likely a need to heal from that. It doesn't mean that your light's been completely dimmed and you're completely giving up on anything, but it just, yeah, a lack of support, it can be detrimental to you, can't it? Doesn't mean you've given up, but it hurts. It hurts a lot. So we've got death there as well. Might mean that you need to heal or do some kind of healing before you can... you need to release any feelings of being hurt before you can move forward. It can also be telling you not to give up your sense of hope and faith in what you're doing. 5 of Wands. That would be where you overcome the 5 of Wands is there twice. That basically any conflict, any opposition, competition, where anyone is just making you have doubts about what you're trying to do. It's overcoming that, releasing the feelings of being hurt, maybe literally releasing backstabbers if it is a situation that is that deep. Anything else? The Chariot, yeah, that's about moving forward. So there is an energy here. So it looks like being hurt and feeling unsupported, and it's like a need to heal, potentially have hope and release any hurt over that to be able to move forward. I don't need to sub-clarify that. That's pretty straightforward for a change. And I will say with the Chariot, you are the charioteer. You're the one that's in control. You get to decide how you move forward and how things go, don't you? Nobody else has well, hopefully nobody else has control over that. And I know situations can vary, and there can be certain situations, I mean, like in abusive situations, for example, that's a completely different level of complication. But general day-to-day, everyday, typical life, you're the one that's in control. So 5 of Wands would be the external energy. Let's have a look at that. The High Priestess. The Moon. God, is that secrets? Because the Moon can be secrets. The High Priestess can be secrets as well. Okay, and you've got the 2 of Wands at the bottom. That's interesting. Anything else for that? Are you keeping, I was going to say, are you keeping any pain that you've been feeling to yourself? And then you get the Hermit as well, which is someone that keeps to themselves. Are you isolating from certain people? You could be isolating from certain people that are making you feel like shit. Right, we've got the 2 of Pentacles, and that for me is where I was going to say where the doubt comes in, and the Devil is where you feel held back, you feel restricted. It can be doubts. You could potentially be isolating or trying to or wanting to isolate yourself from this particular energy. That could also be, I know it's an external energy, but sometimes it's like the impact that an external energy has on you, that it creates conflict for you internally. Like external conflict makes you feel internal conflict, but it's like you're trying to, I don't know, there's something about keeping it to yourself or distancing yourself from people. Let me get something for the Two of Pentacles. Anything else for the Two of Pentacles? Okay. Yeah, I think that's doubts. And then you just keep getting cards of isolation, because Four of Swords is someone who's like, it's respite, isn't it? It's where you go off on your own to heal. The Hanged Man, he's kind of cut off from the world to figure things out for himself in his own mind. And then you've got the Four of Pentacles, which is like a protective energy and a card of keeping things close to your chest. So has the conflict sort of got you in this frame of mind where you kind of need to cut yourself off from people for a while, not permanently, just to figure things out for yourself? Is it, are people making you feel isolated since you've got so many cards of isolation? Do you feel like you're on your own? I'm going to get one for that High Priestess. Do you feel like you have no one to talk to be honest, with this that's coming out? Queen of Pentacles. The Magician. Anything else? Ten of Wands. I'll get one more for that, but I think I know where I am with that, I think. Yeah, I get it. I get it. So the card that's come out is the Three of Cups, and it's, I can't tell if it's in reverse or not because it's just kind of fallen sideways. I'm going to put it upright, but it's like the people around you that you feel like probably should be supporting you are a burden. They're a burden. And I feel like this is very much trying to distance yourself. It's either that they've forced you out or pushed you away, and in that sense they've made you feel isolated, or you're having to isolate yourself. I mean, the Hermit, it's usually a choice. The Hanged Man, it's usually a choice. The High Priestess as well, it's usually a choice to take yourself out of the situation. Or it's a need to do that if you're not doing that already. Because being to yourself is what makes you feel safe and secure and nurtured, and it's where you probably feel a bit more confident in yourself. And your abilities, your capabilities. It's not to say you have zero confidence, but in terms of what you're trying to create at present, you probably feel safer and more secure in your abilities being to yourself and distancing yourself from that conflict, whatever that is. Right. I feel like I keep being drawn to that Hunter card, and I know what it means, but I think I might just have a quick read of that, just because it may be helpful to you to hear the message of that. Because I feel like I want to explain what it means, but I'm not going to do it justice in the way the book does, so I will have a look at it. It's not a massively long message. I've actually put all of the sub-clarifiers back in the deck for that, haven't I? But there must be a reason. The reason being I forgot, basically. Right, so let's look at Hunter, if I can find it. So the message says, track down all of your fearful thoughts and feelings. When you find them, you will find your desires too. So I will just read the extended part. Oh, so this is a Celtic god called Sir Nunos. I may be pronouncing that wrongly. And he represents the hunted and the hunter. So it says, instead of being hunted down by your fears or other feelings that you have buried, so that could be the pain, couldn't it, that you have buried, become the hunter. You are being given confidence and strength at this time, so use your power to make a difference. You are not here to cower away or live in the shadows. So this was the energy of keeping to yourself, isn't it? So maybe you are kind of in the shadows to escape all this conflict. You are here to realize your fullest potential. But this can only occur when you step up and do what needs to be done. When this card arises, there could be an opportunity to face an aspect of your past or bring closure to a situation that has been haunting you. If you are a man or identify as male, this card represents your masculinity and an opportunity to know yourself more deeply. If you are a female or identify as a female, this card represents your capacity to be strong and powerful and overcome limitations. And to be frank, I feel like the male-female part, it doesn't matter that anybody can do both of these. It's an opportunity for anyone who's this resonates with to know themselves more deeply and to be strong and powerful and overcome limitations. Okay, so I don't know if that was helpful, giving that meaning to anyone to add to that, but I felt like I needed to, so let's move on. So I've taken all the sub-clarifiers back for that. Okay, I haven't done anything wrong actually, I'm just getting a bit confused. Right, let's look at this Fool card. So again, I said when this first came out, I felt naive. The word naive came to mind. So, and I said it doesn't necessarily mean you are naive. It could actually mean that other people see you as naive from what's come up so far. So let's have a look. Why is that there? Why is the Fool there? Right, we've got Justice. So people could have seen you as naive. Okay, and we've got a bunch of kids here now. Yeah, people potentially could have seen you as naive for a choice you've made previously, because pages are children, aren't they? They're immature through no fault of their own. It's just part of life cycle. You start off as a child, you have a lot to learn, so you are naive and immature at first, and then you grow into your maturity, don't you? So whatever it is that you had a feeling for that you wanted to do, whatever seed you wanted to plant, people may have looked at you as naive for making that choice or for thinking that. You may even be feeling that way about yourself now. If there's been any doubts put in your mind, that is a card that suggests doubt as well, doesn't it? If there are any doubts that have been put in your mind, if anyone's opposing what you're doing, then you may be feeling that you've been naive in the past too. Could be that you were naive, but let's see. Ace of Pentacles, and that would be the opportunity that you wanted to pursue, wouldn't it? So with the Page of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles together, I'm getting that there's a potential that people may have judged you as having like a pipe dream, because with the Page of Pentacles, as I said, it's like wanting to plant a new seed. But then with the King of Pentacles, it's something that it doesn't mature, does it? It's like people may have seen it as something that, well, why would you do that? Because that's not going to grow. You can't build anything on that. That's mad. Again, that could be something that you're thinking about yourself, or you thought about yourself in the past. But I would say all this energy here, it's probably other people that may have thought that about you. Could be doubts in your own mind as well. Let's look at the Justice card here. Why is Justice there, please? The Ace of Pentacles and the Justice card can be cards of contracts as well. Just bearing that in mind. We've got the Nine of Swords. Okay, so if there is someone around that has viewed you as naive, there is a possibility that people that are against you don't have to be enemies. It can be enemies. Sometimes it's people that feel that they have their that they have your best interests at heart, but they are worried about you, that that whatever you're trying to do won't turn out right for you. Sometimes they do genuinely care, and they're projecting their fears onto you because they don't have confidence in themselves sometimes, or they just don't get where you're coming from, so they don't see how something can work for you. That Seven of Wands is a protective energy, so there is a possibility, like say if it was a parent or a best friend or a sibling or a partner who really cares about you, they could be slightly overbearing. I think that's the right word, isn't it? Overbearing, where they do care about you and they want the best for you, but they just don't get what it is you're trying to do, so they feel like, nah, it's not going to work, it's just going to hurt you, it's not going to work. So that could be where this comes in, if somebody else is feeling that you're naive. Potentially, again, if it's not someone else, then it could be your own doubts there. I'm going to look at that Ace of Pentacles. If the card will actually come out and stop just double flipping. So Ace of Pentacles, anything for that? So we got Two of Cups, Four of Pentacles, and Five of Swords. So again, right, so the Ace of Pentacles, it's the opportunity, it's what you wanna build, it's the opportunity, and it's something that you would have felt connected to. Past energy again. We're still in past energy. It's something that you would have felt connected to. But again, it looks like doubt has kicked in there. You may have been quite protective of whatever it is, and felt really protective of whatever it is that the opportunity is for you. And then again, we've got this energy of potentially of other people coming in and putting doubts in your mind and putting it down. Or it could be that energy of doubt within yourself. There's a possibility here that you felt like you didn't have enough as well to give to a situation, to give to an opportunity. Again, doubt. Because sometimes I say the Page of Pentacles for me is where you feel like you've only got a little bit to give to something and it's not enough to build on to make it work. We've got the King of Pentacles in reverse here, so that's another way of looking at things. Right, I'm going to finish with that. So that's past energy. So the main point with that is a sense of naivety, whether it's that other people have felt you're naive or whether you've had doubts about yourself and feel that you've been naive, but it's something that you were open to. But again, the key word being naive, that comes with that, because we can be open to something and still feel it's a naive choice. I mean, sometimes if you want to start a new relationship with someone, you don't know that person. Well, if it's a stranger, you don't know that person. So you may be looking at it like, yeah, I really want to give this a go, but am I being naive with this because I don't know them? I don't know how it's going to turn out, that kind of energy. So let's look at the Eight of Pentacles. That's the present energy. So it's something that you are working on, or at least wanting to work on. Let's see what comes out for that. So Eight of Pentacles in the present. Looking at that broken arrow card while I'm shuffling, I would say first and foremost, you need to embrace the energy of peace within yourself over this. Be at peace with your choices and your decisions. And even your mistakes as well, because you can't go back in the past and change them. So all you can do is make peace with them. And sometimes in terms of, because I think it mentioned bringing the energy of peace to situations with other people, sometimes you can't. Sometimes they literally just won't agree with you. And the way you make peace with it is that you have to accept that they just won't agree, that they don't agree. And you have to accept that and decide, well, which came up about distance, isn't it? Do you need to keep your distance from them? Is it just that you can't discuss that particular subject with them? Is it too much of a sore point? That's another way of bringing peace to a situation. So I'm clarifying the Eight of Pentacles, which is the present energy. We've got Ace of Swords. I'm getting the message about being clear about what you're doing or working on. That's one message that's coming up. So we've got the Queen of Cups there. We've got the Eight of Swords there. Anything else? Also, the message, be clear about why you're doing something, is coming up as well. And I don't know why I'm thinking this, but I'm thinking, sometimes if you do something just because someone's told you not to do it, is coming to mind. Like if I don't know why relationship stuff keeps coming up so much nowadays, but say if there was somebody that you wanted to date, and on the very first date, they came and picked you up from your home and your family were like, oh, I don't like them, I don't want you to date them, but you wanted to rebel against your family. You go on the date with the person and they turn out to be an absolute twat, and you're like, you know what am I doing? This person is not right. But because you want to rebel against your family, it's like you continue to date the person just kind of to spite them. I know that sounds like a really weird example, but that's coming to mind. Or say if you start a project or something, or a new job or whatever it is, you start something or do something, and you have people in your life, friends, family, whoever, that are like, nah, this is not good for you, this isn't working. But because you want to prove them wrong, you're like determined, you're absolutely determined. Nope, got to see it through, got to do it, because I'm not letting them be right. I'm not having them say told you so. That message is coming through as well. So, okay, yep, I've let that out now. Anything else? Eight of Wands. And one more. Do I need one more? Yeah, we'll get one more. So you've got the Two of Wands. So that's not that far-fetched, is it? And we've got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, which I am actually going to take. So what I was just saying about be clear about what you're doing and why you're doing it, that might not be so far-fetched from the examples that I gave. So Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords to me, Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups, is about being clear. It's being clear about what you're thinking and feeling. Clarity here, and then the feeling is there. Eight of Swords is it's a card of where you're held back, where you feel like you're being held back. But then Eight of Wands is where you're wanting to move forward. a need to move forward, it's progression. The Two of Wands is having a choice to make. It's where you get to choose your path. But the Queen of Pentacles at the end, upright, it's about her self-worth. It's what's valuable, isn't it? So there's something here with her being in reverse. Has your sense of what's valuable changed in some way, shape or form in terms of what you're doing? Could be your own sense of self-worth if there's opposition here and conflict with other people's opinions on what you're doing. But let's look at the Eight of Swords. I think I'll look at Eight of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. So Eight of Swords, right? That feels like a desire for freedom. In what sense though? Is it a desire from freedom because of other people's influence, or is it because has your mind changed about what you're doing? Let's see. Anything else for the Eight of Swords? Or is it just about needing to be fearless with that Knight of Wands and go towards what it is that you really want, or continue on towards what you really are, being honest with yourself? Yeah, you're going to need to be honest with yourself about what you're doing and why you're doing it. And about the impact of other people's... you also need to be honest with yourself about the impact of other people's influence and how you're going to deal with that, to be honest. Let's look at that Queen of Pentacles. This is a feeling of rejection, or it's making me think about rejection. So again, that could be your self-worth, where you're feeling rejected because of what you're pursuing. Again, there's the possibility that someone could have changed their mind about what they're doing, but they don't want anybody else to prove them. It's not even about someone proving you're right, because it's your choice to make. You know what I mean? It's your choice regardless. You get to learn from things that you feel are mistakes. It's up to you. It's your life. Anything else for that? No, I'm not going to take that. I don't trust it. Well, it didn't feel right, should I say. It's not that I don't trust it. It didn't feel right. Why? Right, we've got the Four of Pentacles. And let's get one more for that. Two of Cups. Yeah, there is a strong sense of rejection here. But there's also, with that Four of Pentacles and Two of Cups together, it's like a protectiveness towards what you do connect with. So you could be kind of in two minds with that Two of Wands there. It's like you're in two minds. On the one hand, you may feel rejected, but then on the other hand, it's like you still feel protective in a way, whether it's towards yourself or towards the thing that you're doing or person or whatever it is. So it's all about whatever it is you're working on, about being clear on how you feel about that and how you want to address any opposition, any feelings of rejection. How you move forward, you get to choose. And again, I would say that message of be clear about what you're doing and why you're doing it comes to mind too. Okay. So we're going to look at the potential future energy, which is the Four of Wands. So why is the Four of Wands there, please? It's going to be this way, Ace of Wands. Anything else for that Four of Wands? So we've got the King of Swords. Seven of Swords. I was going to say King of Swords is about trusting what you know. Being honest with yourself and others as well. And then we've got the King of Cups. Yeah, these are almost, in a way, these energies are kind of opposites, because the King of Swords would be where you're very open and honest about what you're thinking. The Seven of Swords is like the secrets, the deceit. And deceit doesn't just mean malicious deceit. It can be when you're not honest with yourself and when you're not honest with other people about how you really feel and what you think And I do get that with the King of Cups, because they say the King of Cups knows how he feels, but he keeps it to himself. That's a classic sort of tarot meaning. Let's get one more for that. I don't even know if that's in reverse, actually. Right, courage. It's going to take courage, isn't it? I would say resilience there as well, to continue on the path and whatever it is that you wanting to pursue, or that you are pursuing or working on, but also the courage to be very honest with yourself first and foremost. Again, that thing of what are you doing and why are you doing it, what you're working on and why you're working on it, and being honest with others as well. I mean, there may be a necessity with the King of Swords there. He can be quite assertive. It's hard to imagine Aries not being assertive, but then that may come into things where you do have to be assertive with other people to gain peace within yourself if they are interfering too much in things. I want to get something for the Ace of Wands. Temperance. So this for me, right, so Four of Wands is about, it can be about celebrating how far you've come in something, that you've worked hard, you've built a foundation, and you want to continue to build on that. It can be that energy sometimes. Let's see what else comes out for the Ace of Wands. Could be about needing a solid foundation if you don't already have one. Nine of Pentacles. Anything else? Knight of Swords, Judgment, and the Five of Pentacles. So what I feel like I'm getting from this Four of Wands is, so you probably have already put effort into this. You've probably already worked on something. And again, it looks like there are people that are challenging whatever you're doing. But it's like, in order to maintain the spark and keep going, as I say, there's going to have to be some radical honesty here with yourself and others about how you feel. You may have to set some boundaries or be assertive. Could be distance involved as well, needing to distance yourself from things a little bit, but you can't necessarily do that forever, can you? Especially if there are people you have close relationships who are against whatever you're doing. At some point you have to be set a boundary with them, don't you? But this Ace of Wands feels like keeping the spark alive, doesn't it? So the spark that you have, it's something that would give you a sense of harmony, hopefully. It's something that you're doing or wanting for yourself. It feels like your truth. I feel like with that Judgment card and the Five of Pentacles, it's like, it's just a willingness to keep on going and to keep trying. And a willingness to adapt potentially as well. And course correct if whatever path it is you're on, if challenges come up, it's sort of willing to constantly review and contemplate anything that didn't work and redo it or change it or adapt and adjust it. Okay, so this is potential future energy. Yeah, so this is about maintaining the foundation. How are you going to maintain the foundation and continue to work on whatever it is whatever the foundation is, whatever you are building? How are you going to do that in the future? As I say, honesty, keeping the spark alive, may take courage and resilience to face any opposition and to just keep going, really. Okay. The foundation is here. It's still here in the future. It's just that you have to, your actions will what will help to continue to build on it. And then we have the sun here as your advice. So what is that? I've talked about the sun quite often as being potential. And with it being the happy card, it's the potential to for happiness, isn't it? Because of this type of sun card that it is, this person here, it's like they're very likely self-employed. They're doing what they want. They're happy. They're content. They're continuing on their path, aren't they? Maybe it's then continue to do what makes you feel happy, regardless of what anyone else has to say. Anything else with that? We've got the Six of Wands and the Emperor, clarifying that. I mean, that is going towards success or being successful. And then the Emperor is independent. He's his own boss. I always feel like this person here is their own boss. Anything else with that? Praise yourself is coming to mind with that Six of Wands. Praise yourself. And remember that you are sovereign. Nobody else can tell you what to do. And this is an Aries card. So again, I've said with Aries, you sort of think with Aries, if you're going by stereotypical astrology meanings, that nobody can tell Aries what to do, which they probably can't. But we are all human. We do all go through phases where our confidence gets knocked and we're not as powerful. Is that the right word? We're not as powerful as we always are, or we can be for whatever reason. And with birth charts as well, even though you have your sun sign, and this reading it's not just for Aries sun sign, it can be for your moon and rising as well. But there are many different birth chart. I mean, I've just kind of had an astrology reading, and I've got lots of Libra placements and lots of Leo placements, but my North Node is in Cancer, so that completely changes the whole game for me, where it completely impacts how I am as a Libra and a Leo. And I probably don't even come across as a Leo rising and moon because of the North Node in Cancer, in terms of how I live my life. So there are many aspects to things. It's not just your sun sign. Anything else? You've got the Knight of Wands. That's fearlessness, that is. Again, continue to pursue what you love and makes you feel happy. That's what you connect with, whatever it is that you love, whether it's a person, a situation, a project, a job, whatever it is. Again, connecting with what you love. And Eight of Cups is often not settling for me. I mean, I will get one more clarifier, sub-clarifier for the Eight of Cups, but it's not settling. Yeah, not being held back by anybody else's rules or what anybody else thinks that you should do. Continue to work on what makes you continue to work. Three of Pentacles is a card of working on something, isn't it? Continue to work on what makes you happy. I'll get one more, but I think that's wrapped up, to be honest. Oh, the Tower. Of course, we have to get a cliffhanger at the end. I think that just means that whatever happens, continue to work on what you're doing and you can always rebuild. You are fully capable of rebuilding if it falls apart. Okay, Three of Cups there. Again, that feels kind of like the lack of support or the disruption caused by the lack of support, really. Get one more for that. Thank you, Tower, for adding time onto the reading. It's not about the time. Yeah, that's what's this? Seven of Pentacles. That's the disruption to your peace, harmony, and that's from the lack of support or any opposition. It makes you question if it's worth it, doesn't it? So keep doing what makes you happy. Keep doing what you love, what you feel connected to. You're the one in control, hopefully. Actually, I don't need to put these back, do I? Right, I'm going to get you a final oracle card. So I'm going to get you final oracle card from the Myths and Mermaids deck. And I know there's a lot in this reading to take in, Aries, so hopefully there's something helpful in here for you. As with general readings, different things can come up because everybody's situation is different. It's not necessarily tapping into one person's story, and obviously each person's story will be different. So sometimes that's why a lot of stuff comes up. Right, so final message. Let's see if this hits the candle, since the Oracle deck seemed to want to hit the candle today. Anything else for Aries? There we go. Wow, that's too many. Can't do that. There's like 4 cards. Just one, please, for Aries, because I'm only going to read one card. God. Let's try that again. I'm going to take whatever's on top this time. Even if 5 of them come out, it's whatever's on top. Just one card for Aries, please. Okay, so it's going to be this one. So you have... See, I can barely read this this text. Microcosm sea scope. So I'm going to put that... Where shall I put that here? No, let's put it over there because you won't see it properly. And that's number 15, isn't it? Right, so it says, a wide-eyed maiden with ivy-draped hair holds in her arms a glass orb enclosing a miniature seascape complete with sailing ships. Although it appears a storm is rolling in, Our Lady knows she is safely on the outside of the carefully contained sea. The divination message says, out of harm's way. Someday soon you will bear witness to a traumatic event, but do not fear, you are safe. Although upsetting, the upcoming turmoil is removed enough from your person that you will not suffer directly. When the storm arrives, you may feel powerless, but accept that there is nothing you can do. Some things are outside of your control and you simply have to stand by and watch them transpire. The antithesis says danger looms, a trying time lies ahead and you must keep your wits about you to ensure your own protection. Do not allow yourself to be lulled into inaction by a false sense of security. Stay on your guard and be prepared to weather the storm. So either parts of this may be relevant to someone. I would say in particular, the line, some things are outside of your control and you simply have to stand by and watch them transpire. If there are people that oppose what you're doing, you can't make them agree with you, can you? There's nothing you can do about that. Again, in terms of embracing peace, peace may have to come by distancing yourself. It could be setting boundaries, it could be distancing yourself. In terms of the antithesis part, I would say the part about staying on your guard and being prepared to weather this storm. It's like keep doing what you're doing and continue to protect whatever it is you're doing as well. Where the danger looms part, it can just be the fact that there are people that will continue to oppose you, but all you can do is keep doing what you're doing and just know the value of what you're doing in yourself and protect that and stand strong in that. So I'll leave your message there. Hopefully there was something helpful in there for you. Again, if you'd like to book a personal reading, please see the description box. There are still discounts in the Etsy shop, and that's the easiest way to book a personal reading. You're welcome to like, share or comment on the video, and you are also welcome to subscribe to the channel. But until the next video, take care.